Entrepreneurs, Saturday, July 18, 2026. And when this day is over, we will only have 13 days left until Black Business Month 2026. And I need to speak plainly this afternoon, not politically, not diplomatically, not careful enough to make everybody comfortable. I need to speak directly to the business owner who's been surviving quietly. Need to speak to the entrepreneur whose family loves them but doesn't completely understand what they're building. Need to speak to the elder business owner who knows their craft but feels overwhelmed by all this new technology. Need to speak to the mamas in business, our mamas, our younger single mamas, the ones with the God-given gift. You got a product, you got a service, but you've never had the money, the assistance, and the infrastructure, training and education to develop it properly. I need to speak to the young person who knows technology, but has never been given a meaningful opportunity to use it. I need to speak to you, the ministry leader who knows that passing out food is important, but also knows that somebody has to teach the family how to produce an income after the food you're giving them is gone. And I need to speak to the business owner, the wounded warrior, the marketplace survivors, those who survived COVID, survived inflation, survived people promising to support them and never showing up, survived the changing algorithms, survived rising costs, survived late paying customers. Hello, somebody. Survive moments when closing the business would have been easier than opening the doors the next business day. And somehow you still here. I'm speaking to you. You know your business has value. You know you can serve. You know you have experience. You know you solve a real problem. But you also know that the marketplace has changed. You know, the telephone doesn't ring like it used to. You know, people don't discover businesses the way they used to. You know, relationships still matter. But relationships alone, not enough anymore. You know, having a good reputation is important. But a reputation that only lives inside of the minds of your existing customers cannot introduce you to the next customer. You know, word of mouth is powerful, but word of mouth has now become digital. You know, people are searching differently online nowadays. Artificial intelligence seems to be changing everything. And whether you understand the technology or not, you can feel the shift right underneath your feet. Something has changed. The marketplace feels different. The internet feels different. Customers seem to be behaving different. And the uncomfortable truth is that many of the institutions that claim to represent the small business community have not adequately prepared small businesses for what just happened. Happened over a month ago. Many of you don't even know about it. May 19, 2026. The internet understood it for the past previous 25 years. Google, 800-pound gorilla of information dissemination, the King Kong of search engines, announced it's like really not even a search engine, it's an AI recommendation agent. Wait a minute, hit the brakes. Game change, new game, new rules. We're out of the search engine optimization era. We're into what you're going to be hearing a lot more about, the generative engine optimization era. The click in the win no more. Remember, folks were searching. You hope you get the click. Some of us even paid per click. Now it's no click win. Now it's being recommended. You experienced it, I'm sure. The way people find information is changing. The way people compare products is changing. The way people discover services is changing. The way customers decide which businesses to trust is changing. Search is no longer simply a person typing words into a box and looking through a list of links. ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, these artificial intelligent agents, they now help people identify needs. They conduct research. They compare options, summarize businesses. They rate recommendations that people take action based on. The machines, they're no longer finding pages. They're interpreting businesses. They're reasoning. They're comparing. And they're deciding what information is relevant enough to present to the customer, your potential customer. And from where I sit, I hadn't seen too many people talking about it. Hadn't heard one traditional chamber of commerce, not one business association, not one established black business institution sound the alarm loud enough to make our small business community understand the magnitude of what just happened. Where was the emergency meeting? Where was the statewide training? Where was the direct call to the elder business owner? Where was the message to the barber? Where was the message to the caterer? Where was the message to the child care provider, to the mechanic? Any consultant got a message? Was there a message sent to the independent insurance agent? Any of my contractors? Any of y'all get a message? Was there something placed on the marquee of the church? Was there something sent to the church member who's been quietly paying their tithes while operating a legitimate business for over 20 years? Was there a warning? Was there education? Was there infrastructure? All these talking heads. Anybody got a plan? Maybe they didn't understand it. Maybe they understood it, didn't know what to do. Maybe they're still studying it. Maybe they're waiting for a grant. Maybe they're waiting for a sponsor. Maybe they're waiting to put together a conference. Maybe they're waiting for somebody else to take the risk. But our businesses don't have the luxury of waiting. The marketplace has already shifted. The customer is already changing. The technology is already moving. And the business that remains unclear, outdated, unstructured, in essence, digitally invisible, they're going to become increasingly difficult to find. Let me say this as directly as I know how. They're not coming to save us, y'all. They're not coming to rescue our businesses. They're not coming to preserve the stories of our elders. They're not coming to update the 15-year-old business records of mama and them little bakery business. I need that cornbread and the red velvet, mama. We gonna get you right. They're not coming to call our businesses and ask whether they survived through COVID. They sure enough not preparing them to survive through the AI shift. They're not coming to teach our community how to become AI readable. They're not coming to make sure our young people have meaningful technology case studies. They're not coming to make sure that our businesses in Atlanta are able to utilize this technology to connect with our businesses in Augusta, Columbus, Savannah, Macon, Albany, Athens, Marietta, rural Georgia, everywhere in between. They're not coming to help us recirculate our dollar in our community. They're not coming to help build a new table. We got to save ourselves. We got to organize ourselves. We got to identify ourselves. We got to educate ourselves. We got to connect ourselves. We got to document ourselves. We got to become intentional about supporting ourselves. We got to showcase ourselves. And we got to build businesses strong enough to survive this AI economy. Black Business Month 2026 cannot be just another hashtag. We got 13 days to August 1st when Black Business Month begins. We got to take that serious. And I'm challenging us. Black Business Month cannot just be another ceremonial month. Time out for business as usual. Can't be another month where everybody says they support black businesses, but nobody changes their purchasing habits. Can't be another month where we post these beautiful AI-generated graphics, but don't build a business community infrastructure. Can't be another month where we showcase the same 15 already visible entrepreneurs while thousands upon thousands of viable businesses remain unseen. Can't be another month where we say buy black, but we don't help people identify where to buy. Can't be another month where we tell people to support our black businesses, but don't help those businesses improve their profiles, clarify their services, update their information, communicate their value, and prepare for the rapidly changing technological marketplace. Can't be another month of applause without real black business development. Black Business Month must become a business building operation in our community. Must become a business registering operation, a business document operation, a business showcasing operation, a business purchasing operation, a business referring operation, a business collaborating operation, a business restoration operation, a business resurrection operation. We should not enter September with the same number of underdeveloped and digitally invisible businesses that we have on August 1st. Excuse me. Every single one of our businesses should come out of Black Business Month stronger than they entered. More visible, more understandable, more connected, more technologically prepared, more accurately categorized, more clearly positioned, more confident about what they offer, more prepared to receive these digital recommendations and referrals, more prepared to communicate with their customer through the digital airwaves, more prepared to partner with other businesses in the ecosystem, more prepared to employ, train, and mentor a young person in the craft that they have developed, more prepared to not just survive, but thrive out here in these AI-powered digital marketing streets. That's what Black Business Month must look like. Celebration is not only clapping for the business owner. Real Black business celebration is helping the business owner build. Celebration is buying from them. Celebration is reviewing them. Celebration is referring them. Celebration is introducing and reintroducing them. to each other and our communities. Celebration is helping them document their story. Celebration is helping them understand technology. Celebration is helping them move from being a hidden gem to being visible and trusted as a viable community asset. Don't tell me you celebrate black business if you never intentionally purchased from a black business. Don't tell me you support black entrepreneurship if every contact you control and every contract you influence goes to somebody else. Don't tell me. Don't tell me them lies. Don't tell me you care about our young people if it will not allow a student to develop experience by helping you strengthen your business. Don't tell me you believe in community if your business doesn't purchase from another business in the community. Don't tell me you believe in legacy if the knowledge inside our elders is allowed to die undocumented. Don't tell me you believe in us as a people and you don't agree that Black Business Month this year got to. No, beloved, we're not waiting for August 1st to begin. We're getting started now. Matter of fact, forget that. We're getting started right now. I ain't over here talking to y'all about creating another directory. We did that. We started doing that in 2007. Did 403 church and community directories from 2007 to COVID. That era is over. Finito. Don't matter whether the directory is printed on paper or placed on a website. A list is still just that. It's just a list. Need more than your NAP. Your name, your address, and your phone number. They no longer enough. Machine can't understand the full value of a business from 3 lines of information. Potential customer can't understand the complete authority of an elder entrepreneur from a category and a telephone number. The modern digital marketplace needs more. Needs context, needs identity, needs structure, needs clarity, needs geography, needs trust, needs evidence of your fabulousness, needs to understand clearly and concisely who you are, what you provide, who you serve, what problem you solve, where you operate, and why your business deserves consideration and then recommendation. See, the old directories we created prior to COVID, they told the customer, here's the business's name. New Marketplace, like, yeah, all right, what else you got? New Marketplace, we need to know, and we need to represent, here is who the business serves. Here's what the business does. Here's where the business operates. Here's the experience behind the business. Here's the need that the business addresses. Here's the story behind this business. Here's the reason this business matters. Here's why this business should not just be considered, but here's the reason why it should be the number 1 recommendation in this category, in this niche, in this zip code, in this service area. No, beloved, this not a directory. This is a digital business identity. This isn't a profile. This for you is a digital trust establishing business asset. This is the beginning of your business becoming AI readable, understandable, referable, and increasingly recommendable. That's why we're launching the Georgia Kingdom Business Cluster through the Kingdom Marketplace. Kingdom Marketplace ain't a website. It's not a directory. Perish the thought. World's first AI-powered generative engine optimized entrepreneurial ecosystem. AI-powered Kingdom Business Referral Network. This wasn't created to create to be just another list. It's created for two objectives: get our businesses connected, AI readable, and a generative engine optimized entrepreneurial ecosystem. Bring us together, showcase our gifts, products, our services, and position us to digitally dominate. Period. Get God glory from the story. Like that. We've been connecting each other, been creating church and community directories since 2007. The vision was never to isolate businesses inside their individual congregations. Just like we did this church and that church, the vision was never supposed to stop at one church. Never supposed to stop at one neighborhood. Never supposed to stop at one booklet. Never supposed to. The vision was always to connect the directories. Let's stop talking about them as directories. Let's call them networks. The vision was always to connect the networks. Connect the churches. Connect the businesses. Connect the products. Connect the services. Connect the customers. Connect the ministries. Connect the schools. Connect the entrepreneurs. Connect the elders. Connect the young people. Connect the wisdom and the technology. Connect all of us into one entrepreneurial kingdom network that get God the glory and allow us to get the bag. No, beloved, the directory was never the destination, just the first step in our journey. 2007, the COVID, we did 403 of them, registered 48,000 folk in the process, but we talking about Georgia right now. 2007, 2015, we did our founding 46 church and community directories right here inside the state of Georgia. Those directories represent approximately 8,200 businesses. But I need you to see what those businesses represent. Because those not just 8,200 listings. Those are 8,200 human beings who had the courage to step out on faith and offer something of value to the marketplace. 8,200 people who said, I can solve a problem. I can provide a service. I can create a product. I can feed a family. I can employ somebody. Whole lot of mamas said, I can teach somebody. Hey, I can repair something. I can organize something. I can build something. I can help somebody as I travel along. I can cheer someone with a word or a song. I can show someone they traveling wrong. You know what? I can do that. And if I do that, then my living won't be in vain. Those were 8,200 dreams. 8,200 families, 8,200 bodies of knowledge, 8,200 potential mentors, 8,200 possible vendors, 8,200 potential sponsors of a team at Urban Success University. Selfish plug for the Amazing Grace Banks Entrepreneurial Academy. 8,200 possible employers. 8,200 referral partners, 8,200 community resources, 8,200 people. I stood in their narthex, their fellowship hall, their community centers, some classrooms, and gave my word that we would eventually connect them. Gave my word that we would not allow the relationships to die just because the paper system that we previously utilized became outdated. Gave my word that when the internet reset, I'd be back. Guess what? I'm back. And over the next several weeks, I'm putting my momentum, money where my mouth is. I'm personally calling the businesses contained in the remaining 29 directories that our students get the opportunity to reach. Spent last week talking to my folk and linked up church. What? Better go to Kingdom Marketplace and see Bama Cuts. Yeah, what you know about it? We supporting our folks. No, we not outsourcing those calls. No, no automated email system. I got a bunch of them. We not sending them generic text message. No. This is an apostolic assignment God placed on my life, and I'm gonna complete it. I'm picking up the phone. Cause I can. It's the only way to really know rather many of my businesses survived is to call them. When I call them, I ain't on no sales stuff. I ain't closing a call, no transaction. I'm calling them so that they understand they matter. Calling them so they know somebody remembers. Calling so they realize somebody recognizes they're a part of the original entrepreneurial movement in Georgia. I'm calling to ask some questions. What's up? How you been? You still open? You still accepting customers? How COVID changed your business? I know the number the same, but did you move? Did your services change? Did you add new products? Are you still doing what you did when we first met? You doing some new stuff? Have you passed the baton on? Is your son or your daughter, another family member running the business? What have you learned over the past few years? What have you survived? What do you know now that you didn't know when you started? What do you feel the next generation needs to learn from you? What story have you never been given the opportunity to really tell? Can our students at Urban Success University document it? Can we help organize your information? Can we help? Help make your business more understandable to the people that want to patronize into the artificial intelligence systems that need to be recommended? Can we reintroduce you to the business community? Can we help connect you now beyond just your congregational cluster? Can we help connect you to customers and partners statewide? No, this ain't a sales call. These ain't leads. These not random prospects. These the businesses God sent me back for. I know what the entrepreneurial journey feels like. I know what it feels like to build something without enough money. Know what it feels like to keep investing when nobody can see the full vision. I know. Trust me, I know what it feels like to explain something that people not going to really understand until years later. Know what it feels like to support students without a grant. Yeah, I know what it feels like. Watch other people receive funding, access, public praise, while real people like you doing the work from the bottom, at the bottom, and getting ignored. Know what it feels like that people celebrate your ideal privately, but refuse to stand by it publicly. I know. Know what it feels like to make some sacrifices nobody else sees. Know what it feels like to ask yourself whether the vision is really worth the cost. I know there's business owners out there listening to me. You done felt it too. I know how you feel. Because I know how I felt. Found out God on the side of his folk. A lot of y'all lose your personal money to keep the business alive. Paid somebody else for you paid yourself. Stayed awake wondering how you were going to cover the next payroll, the next expense. Smiled in front of customers while carrying private fear about if you was going to be open next week. Provided excellent service to people. Your people who still try to negotiate you for a low price. What? I know our folk, I know our business. I know what we go through. I understand. Watch family members tell you they're going to support you and never purchase the daggone thing. Watch people praise your gifts, but refuse to invest in the business built around that gift. I know. Then attended them networking events where everybody exchanged cards and nobody exchanged business. Entered the room where the relationship mattered than the quality of your work. Watched them contracts circulate among them same people. Seen them same organizations talk about economic development while ignoring the small business sitting right there in their own congregation. And so many of us have experienced times when we felt unseen, when we felt undervalued, when we felt tired, but we kept going. Some of us wonder, does my business still matter? Let me answer to you. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. Your business matters. Your experience matters. Your story matters. Your product matters. Your service matters. Your knowledge matters. Your survival, it matters. I need you to understand something, though. This new economy, it requires us, you and me, to translate that value into language, into structure, into digital information that people and these information machines can understand. You do not have to be a computer scientist. Don't gotta pretend you understand every AI platform. You don't have to abandon the wisdom you built your business on. But you do need help, and that's okay. You need help converting what you know into a digital business identity. That's where the students at Urban Success University come in. You know God's ways above our ways, his thoughts above our thoughts. He always working. When we were launching the Directors for Teens curriculum inside the high schools and the middle schools in the same communities that those directories were being developed in. Everybody done grew up. Teenagers done grew up. The businesses done grew older. Technology has changed. The assignment has matured. Our students begin studying entrepreneurship, studying search engine optimization, studying search engine marketing, social media marketing, digital publishing, business systems, content development, generative engine optimization, artificial intelligence. The businesses, they obviously possess the wisdom, but they need the technology. The students possess the technology, but they need the real opportunity. They need case studies. They need businesses to serve. They need to develop their portfolios. They need to develop their experience. They also need mentors. It's back to school. They need some income. They need proof that what they study can create real value to the elders in their community. And many of our young women need honorable opportunity to generate income. Their hands on their keyboards, not their hands on their knees. Let me move along. So why would we send our students somewhere else to practice when our own business elders need that assistance? Why would we allow outside companies to study our businesses when our young people remain unemployed and they've developed the skill set? Why in the world would we dare allow decades of entrepreneurial knowledge to disappear when our students are available to document it? Why would we separate the generation with wisdom from the generation with technology? The answer is not separation. The answer is intergenerational entrepreneurial kingdom revival. Let the elder business owners teach the students about customers. Let the elders teach them discipline. Let the elders teach them marketplace survival. Let the elders teach them negotiation. Let the elders teach them reputation. Let the elders teach what happens when customs to keep your word. Information. Let the student help structure the business profile. Let the student help digital testimony service, if you want to call it something. Let the student help the business identify the proper categories. Let the student help the business clarify their service area. Let the student help the business become more digital. Let the student help the business turn years, decades of documented wisdom live beyond one generation. With each general asset, wisdom of ages. Our elders don't need to be displaced just because technology changed. They need to be respected, documented, and technologically strengthened. And our youth don't need to be dismissed as inexperienced. Meaningful opportunities to apply what they've learned. Let the experience meet the innovation. Let legacy meet the artificial intelligence. I know that's the trend now. People hear business is ministry and they think it means placing a Bible verse on a business card. That's not what this is. And that's not what business as ministry means. Business as ministry does not mean using God as a marketing strategy. That does not mean manipulating religious people into buying something. Does not mean pretending every product is holy and every business owner goes to church. Business is ministry, a social, entrepreneurial, enterprise ministry such as this one. It uses enterprise to serve people. Means identifying a real human need and building a sustainable response. means creating real employment, means developing real people, means preserving dignity, means helping a family create an income, means teaching somebody how to produce instead of teaching them just how to receive, means helping an elder mother, a young single mama, any of the mamas in between, transform their God-given gift into an income and then an enterprise. Means helping a father create something his children can inherit. Means helping an elder preserve knowledge before that knowledge disappears. It means showing a young person that technology can be used for more than just entertainment. Technology can be used to build, it can be used to create, it can be used to organize, it can be used to preserve history, can be used to create employment. Look at us right now, being used by God to use technology to restore it, revitalize, and rebuild our business community. That's what a social entrepreneurial enterprise ministry does. We use business tools to accomplish a kingdom ministry mission. It recognizes that revenue is not an enemy of a ministry. Properly directed, revenue can support a ministry. Listen to me. A profitable community business can employ a student. Profitable community business can support a family. It can support a school. It can finance a program. It can train an apprentice, mentor another entrepreneur, purchase from another local company. It can sponsor a youth event. It can strengthen the tax base. It can create stable income inside a household. It can keep money circulating in our community. I don't know about y'all, but that's good news for a lot of our communities. Good news ain't just what you get from behind the pulpit. This is Sabbath afternoon. No. Good news ain't just what you get in a sermon. Good news is helping somebody create sustainable income. Good news is teaching somebody how to use modern day technology. Good news is helping a business survive. Good news is giving a young person a positive opportunity. Good news is helping a family move from dependency to productivity. That's good news. Good news is providing access to knowledge that's been hidden behind the corporate curtains for 27 years or more. Good news, helping somebody transform their God-given gift into a profitable product. Helping them turn that product into an enterprise, turn that enterprise into a community kingdom asset. Today, July the 18th, y'all. We got 44 days to August 31st. August 31st represents the 40-year anniversary of the Lion of Zion of that generation before God gave you this one. Reverend Dr. Leon Howard Sullivan, my spiritual pops, he licensed me to give good news to the least of these. 40 years ago, after 40 years, I understand more clearly that the gospel, the good news, has to go beyond the cathedral. Got to reach people's economic life. Got to reach our businesses. Got to reach our families. Got to reach our young people. Reach through technology. Reach into purchasing decisions. Reach into restoring our ability to prophetically produce. Got to reach our ability to perpetuate meaningful engagement in the marketplace. Yeah, I'm the baby lion of Zion under Sully Leon Howard Sullivan. It's the prophetic point guard of the Bright Hope basement ball court under Herbie. William Herbert Gray III. Yeah, I'm the last son of Daddy King Des. Heritage. It's a difference. Sanctuary Historic Ebenezer Baptist Church. Yeah. Under Mr. Chicago, Jersey Joe, Reverend Dr. Joseph Lawrence Roberts Jr. some respect on their names. Go to the gospel. But these men didn't only teach me to speak. Joe talked about it. You got to put that work in, young boy. Two types of work: church work and work of the church. Church work, that's what they're doing in the building. But the work of the church ain't a building. Ecclesia, the called out body. Come on out from amongst them. The church is a body of believers. And we called out the typical nomenclature of the church. Yeah, we outside with it. Like mom and them. Mom and them was in the highways and byways. We just outside. And everything outside the normal church. We in business, big billion-dollar business, medium business, small business, after school, baby business. We in all that. Agencies, government, we in all that. Yeah, they didn't just teach me to speak. They positioned me to learn how these systems work. 1999, Sully, Herbie, and Joe. Three goats of the gospel. They took me up to 3340 Peachtree, Buckhead, Atlanta, placed me behind the technical entrepreneurial development curtain of Fran Targeting, Hall of Fame quarterback, really the father of entrepreneurial development in our generation. '99, 2021, 80% of which owned by former attorney generals. Yeah, I had some non-competes. Yeah, I had some non-disclosures, but I'm free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. I'm free at last. I was prophetically positioned to be exposed to the education, the systems, the technology, the entrepreneurial development infrastructure used to support hundreds of thousands, 480,000 small business exact that came through that entrepreneurial ecosystem. I learned something crucial. Businesses need more than pulpit encouragement. Need more than a motivational moment. We need more than conferences, especially in these day and times. We need infrastructure. We need systems. It's an acronym. Save yourself. Stress, time, energy, and money. We need accurate information. We need business language. We need customer profiles. We need operating procedures. We need marketing systems. We need referral systems. We need access and understanding to technology. Need access to knowledge. We need to understand what we sell, who we serve, how they deliver it, and why anybody should choose them. They need to understand that so that they can place that in language so the AI models can understand it, since they're the ones choosing who get the coin. No, a motivational speech. It make you feel good for an hour. But a kingdom business operating system, it helped that same business owner function better for years. I know I spent decades behind the curtain. I'm not trying to carry all that information to the grave. I'm trying to give it to my folk. Businesses that enter the ecosystem, you get the resources. You get accessibility to the principles, the skill sets, the philosophies, the disciplines you need to succeed. Get a personal gift, my personally curated 101 Kingdom Business Prompts. They're designed to help entrepreneurs examine every major part of their enterprise. Their identity, their ideal avatar, that's your ideal customer if you ain't up on game. Their audience, their product, their service, their operations, their message, their customer experience, their pricing, their technology, their partnerships, their growth, the perpetuation and continuation of their legacy. See, information that's traditionally been packaged, protected, and sold behind the corporate walls I was placed behind. Now it's available to all our businesses. Because they're not coming to save us. So we got to equip ourselves. Urban Success University, it's not just another program. It's a sacred continuation of an assignment youth that have grown for us to continue for our children. And I don't know if you can tell, but I was made for such a time like this and chosen. Yep. Amazing Grace Banks Sullivan, Andrea Dash Gray, Marion Grace Segundi, Cynthia Dolores Nodge Tucker. Her besties, Rosa Louise Macaulay Parks, Edith Scott Bagley, Coretta Scott King, can't mention Cynthia Dolores Nodge Tucker, and Coretta Scott King without Shirley Chisholm and the Three Pillars, the National Political Congress of Black Women, founded that 84 out of first grade. They positioned me as a little young jit to lead their youth leadership, creative arts work, connected to the King Center and King Association youth efforts. Day after what we know now as King Inc., Dexter's monetization of his daddy's message. January 17th, 1994, first day of service. You know, Coretta fought hard for that. January 18th, they dismantled their youth department, took the staff of the King Center from 71 to 14. I don't know what they did before then. I know our mothers positioned me to do what I'm doing now. I know Yolanda chose me as the founding dean of Urban Success University. Joseph Lawrence Roberts Jr., our founding pastor. I'm now and kicking off my. I'm the urban shepherd of the remnant, born 1988 to 2007. From the year till 2007, when our founder ascended and we began this work, it was 2007. After expanding that, our founding mothers ascended 20 years. That during the 2007 holiday, national holiday, and salute to her father, the Yokemeister, you know her, Yoki, to some of y'all, the legend, the original great Yoki of the Yokis, the young organization, the King, internationally serving, Yolanda, Denise, Scott. That's a Scott woman. You got to put some emphasis on the Scott women. For the future generations, not yet born, forever understand that. King, she froze the King holiday. You know how the prophetic performers are. You go. I ain't going to lock deaths. Yes, you is. We had no idea that would become her last public performance 20 years later. The full tape of that moment apostolically was never trapped inside of a videotape. The assignment didn't die when Yolanda ascended. It didn't die when Coretta ascended. It didn't die when ascended. It didn't die when Amazing Grace ascended. It didn't die when Marion ascended. It didn't die when Andrea ascended. It didn't die when Rosa ascended. It didn't die when Cynthia ascended. It didn't die when Edith ascended. It didn't die ascended. It didn't die and I know we miss our mothers. We got to be reminded, USU, students and alumni, that the assignment didn't die when the institution changed. Didn't die when King Inc. hit. ML the third and little Yolanda correct. Didn't daughters to watch the real rebellious Rosa Parks and Yolanda. Period. Our mother's work. The assignment lives through the youth, lives through the businesses, lives through our community, the kingdom marketplace. And I'm invested in us. Invested my life savings, invested my life into supporting our students, into helping our businesses build what has now become the Kingdom Marketplace. This is the digital deliverable for Urban Success University, for the United Nations decade-long celebration of people of African descent, 2015 to 2025. A lot of folk ain't talk much. A lot of folk gave speeches. Look at what our children have delivered to our community. 3 principles. Recognition of what previous generations have done. Justice, fighting for the least of these. And development, building for future generations. We built this not because I had unlimited resources. You have no idea. I skipped meals for this proudly. Not because some corporations wrote a large check. Not because a foundation promised to underwrite the work. Many of them did, never showed up. I invested because I believed in the apostolic assignment. I believed in the prophetic purpose that God placed on my, yours, the businesses' lives. I believe in our students. It's like I believe in our businesses. I believe in what the mothers entrusted to us. I believe in what our prophetic fathers poured into us. I believe in what they entrusted to me. And I can't shut up about it. Little Yolanda's grandfather, Mama Corey's boo boo, Martin Luther King Jr. said, and I quote, silence in certain pivotal moments is betrayal. I'm not going to betray the covenant.